Hi everybody, I'm Danielle and welcome to my channel. In today's video I'm just going to be showing you a few things that we have bought in order to prepare for our new little kitten. Obviously we do already have some of the basic things like litter trays, carrying cases. We have owned lots of cats in the past. If you're thinking about a kitten and it's your first time having like a kitten or just a cat in general, then this might be good for you to get like an idea of how much owning a kitten is going to cost. So the first thing that I want to show you guys is the bed that we just got him. So this is his bed. It is like one of the smaller beds that I could find. He's a tiny little kitten, and even when he grows up to be an adult cat, he's not going to be a great big massive cat. So this is going to be fine for him, not just in his kitten days, but as he grows older into an adult cat. The second I saw this, I kind of just loved the design, and this was $7.59 from Argos. To go inside the bed, we have gotten this throw for him. Now it's quite big, but obviously we're going to be folding it and fitting it inside the bed. So this was £4 from Primark. It is so unbelievably soft and he's just gonna hopefully just be so comfortable. Next up, I'm just gonna move on to some of the cat toys. Now, in terms of scratching posts, we do actually already have a scratching post. It's very, very old, and at the moment it's actually in the garage. The cat that we have left, like for those of you who don't know, I used to have 3 cats. We had to have 2 of them put to sleep. The one that we actually have left doesn't really like to play with the scratching post all that much. We do have a scratching post which we will get out of the garage and put in the room for him to play with. Yesterday we went in the pound shop and literally bought this little pack of like little balls and catnip stuff for him to play with. This literally cost £1, so it's not very expensive for all of this. So let's talk about the litter tray. Obviously we do have litter trays already because we've owned cats since I was born. You know, I was pretty much born into having animals. Over the years we have collected quite the wide variety of litter trays and scratching posts and cat toys and things like that. Sometimes cats can be very, very picky as to where they like to go to the toilet and what kind of litter tray they like to use. With our last cats, we had to continuously swap the litter trays between open-topped ones and the enclosed ones because sometimes my cats would like to go in the enclosed ones and they wouldn't mind it, but then other times they would be like, I ain't going in that enclosed one, give me an open-topped one now. For the kitten, we're gonna just have like a regular, just open-topped one for him. Litter trays are relatively cheap. I mean, obviously you can get some crazy expensive ones, but literally you can get a simple open-topped litter tray and even an enclosed litter tray as well for less than £5. And I just think for like less than £5 each, you may as well buy them both. And you know, if your cat does end up being picky as to what litter tray they want to use, you have the options there. So let's move on to the food now. For like a little treat for him, we have just gotten these kitty sticks from Morrison's. These were literally like 89p, so less than £1. Again, if the kitten ends up really loving them, then it's a cheap thing to like fork out money for every month. It's not exactly going to break the bank. His actual food, we're going to be putting him on dried food. So we just bought some Go-Cat kitten food. The flavour is chicken and added vegetables apparently. Sounds lovely. This was, I think, £2 each we paid. Cats and kittens can also be really fussy with what food they eat. So the cat that we actually have now, Biscuit is so like picky about what food she has, to the point where if it's like the same flavouring and everything but it's a different brand, she won't like it. So we have to get her like the specific brand, a specific flavour of the specific brand. So hopefully he's going to love this. We have gotten him some little kitty milk. So this particular one is from Wilkinson's and these are 50p a bottle. So I just bought 2 because obviously I don't know if he's gonna like them. This specific cat milk is for cats over 6 weeks old. We actually bought our kitten as well a small cage. I personally do not agree with people just putting their animals in a cage and just leaving them there day in, day out. I feel like they definitely need a lot more than just, you know, being in a cage all the time. I think that's really bad for them. But the reason why we actually bought our new kitten a cage is because the kitten is going to be very, very, you know, scared and a little bit taken aback, and it's going to take him a while to get used to his new surroundings, being in his new home. And of course we do still have other animals. We have a cat and a dog, and although they would never ever hurt another animal, but it's just to provide that kind of security in between our animals and the kitten, just for the first week or so until he gets used to them being there. So that's the reason we've bought the cage. We're wanting him to be out and about, we're wanting to be handling him quite a bit so he gets used to being handled, and obviously we want him to interact with the pets that we already have, just so they can get used to each other. It's a big change for not just the kitten, but for the pets we already have as well. So the cage was also from Argos and it was $18.99. The kitten won't be spending a lot of time in the cage. We also bought toilet training pads for him. You know what kittens are like. They're a little bit confused as to where the litter tray is. I am obviously going to be trying to train him all the time as to, this is where you go to the toilet, this is your food, this is your water, all of that kind of stuff. But really, you know, accidents are going to happen, so that's why we've got the toilet training pads. Again, I forgot to bring them upstairs like an idiot, but the toilet training pads are from Wilkinson's. Lovely, thank you. So obviously other things that you need to bear in mind with having a new kitten, well, a new animal in general, is the yearly injections, flea treatments. Obviously you want to get them microchipped. Really, you don't really want to have them not microchipped. If they're going to get lost, then, you know, if somebody hands them into a vet or something, the vets are going to scan them and make sure that, you know, if they are microchipped, they can give them back to you. Also, if you're going to get a kitten, they do need an injection at 8 weeks, then around about 12 weeks, so about a month later. I do hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave it a thumbs up, and if you're new here, of course, click on that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video.